hobby, looking so good, gotta tell somebody. Blows my mind when I see a hot body. A hot body makes me wanna fall in love. Makes me wanna fall in love. Don't stop now, just get ready. Move like a pro, girl, it ain't no hobby. Looking so good, gotta tell somebody. Blows my mind when I see a hot body. A hot body. A hot body. Like a pro, girl, it ain't no hobby. Looking so good, gotta tell somebody. Blows my mind when I see a hot body. A hot body makes me wanna fall in love. Makes me wanna fall in love. Don't stop now, just get ready. Move like a pro, girl, it ain't no hobby. Looking so good, gotta tell somebody. Blows my mind when I see a hot body. A hot body, a hot body, a hot body, a hot body. 1, 2, 3, into the 4. Checking out your moves as I walk through the door. Never seen a girl like you any before. Body like a goddess as you move on the floor. You're a soldier and you're ready for war. Got a lot of junk in the trunk, you're hardcore. I don't wanna stop, I want you to know that you got a little something I just can't ignore. So go ahead, girl, take your time. Treat it like you need a girl, let it all shine. Body like an hourglass, it was so fine. And if you wanna kick it, girl, give me a sign. Give us something in your mind. You're a masterpiece, the best by design. And if you was a mountain, I'd be ready for the time. And I'll be on the spot anywhere, anytime.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the IGL Summer Circuit. It's our second day of the circuit now because it's Tuesday. So week number 1 of the 2021 Summer Circuit, and I hope you all are as excited as I am to get this new circuit started. Tonight, here on my stream, we've got 2 matches coming up. In just a couple of moments, we'll have Profs versus Sleepless Sloths. Too many S's in that name. And then 2 hours later, we will have Big Dreams and Thick White Girls playing in a 2v2 US West matchup. So a lot of newcomers on display tonight, and a couple seasoned veterans in place as well. What's up, O-Cards? Doing well, doing well. Hope you had a nice off season. Name's gonna be Candle. Okay, it looks like your whole team decided to change it up this circuit, because Q told me that his name's gonna be a little bit different too. He's going to like milk. Some places milk. Let me find it. Heritage is milk. I guess that's based off of a um based off of a place near his school. Yeah, saw that you guys have a newcomer, Dolan, their first circuit. Boobies on vacation. Got it. So good thing you have that sub in place. Ah, okay. Main account is Candle. Got it. Helen Keller. Got it. Got it. Got it. Let's see. Let me make sure that I have everything in place. I think I've just about got everything ready. Let me copy and paste this lobby info so I can send it once we're ready. But we'll take a quick peek at the two teams that are gonna be playing tonight. Let me get it organized here. It's the first time I've streamed an IGL match in a while on the channel, so gotta get back into the groove of things a little bit. So where's my rosters panel? There it is. Wait for those to load. Aha! There we go. So we've got the Profs and we've got Sleepless Sloths. I'm definitely not calling them that the entire time because I'm going to butcher that. So we're just going to call them Sleepless? Maybe Sloths? One or the other. You'll know who I'm talking about. But they're the Sloth Squad Nation, one of the IGL franchises or esports organizations. And like we've kind of talked about a little bit, Profs, they're a returning side. They've come onto my stream a number of times before, and I'm glad that I... Oh, yeah, you're right. I do need to update that that IGL logo. Let me do that real quick, too. You're absolutely right, Sans. I totally forgot about that. Let's, Streamlabs. Oh, I have it downloaded. Let me create a... I'll fix it for next time, because I have it downloaded. I don't want to go searching for the Google Drive right now. But it is the summer circuit, not the spring circuit of 2021. But like I was saying, Profs, returners to IGL and to the stream, they did pick up Dolan during the off season, so they're going to be, it's their first circuit in IGL and first match with this team. It seems is going to be tonight. Welcome, Manimal. You lost in first round of the twos league. I think it's because you didn't stream it. Yeah, I think Profs played in both threes and twos last circuit, if I'm not mistaken. But then we've also got the Sleepless Sloths, captained by T. Griffin. And this is very much the same team as last year, but with some very different ratings. So a lot of these players tier 5 or below coming into last season, but Hayabusa has made the jump all the way up to tier 3 for this circuit. So they're now playing in tier 3 division 14. So we'll see if this is going to be maybe a jump that's a little bit too far for the Sleepless Sloths, but I'm sure that the fans and owners, if you're Sans, in the chat are not going to think that it's too much. They'll think that they can handle it. But oh, whoops! I got to go back and copy and paste that message. But again, Sans, thanks for catching the the overlay thing. I'll be sure to get that updated. I decided to not use this as a browser source to give my RAM a little bit of extra breathing room. But that means that now to update it, I have to go into the Google Drive and find it and everything, and it's kind of a pain in the butt, so. Dark Prince Rain, thanks for checking in. Seems like we got a couple viewers here for this first matchup. Great to see you all. Yeah, Q, that is a pretty big leap to make. Tier 5 to Tier 3. That's a lot of grinding happening in that offseason. Of course, the rank reset did happen between the beginning of last circuit and this circuit, so a lot of people's ranks may have jumped a lot, actually. You know, especially a lot of people who were previously in the Platter Diamond realm saw huge improvements in their rank because of that, I guess, reset. If that's, I'm going to change that just a little bit because my chin's a little bit too dark. But it looks like everybody is ready to go. So the names on the roster is going to be slightly different from what you see in game. But let's get on over to it. We'll figure out who's who as we go along, because we've got our first matchup of the summer circuit of Indie Gaming League in 2021. It's going to be the Profs and Sleepless Sloths getting us started with a best-of-5 matchup here in Tier 3 Division 14. For the Profs, for those of you who are regulars to my stream, you'll certainly recognize these players. You may not recognize their names, but you certainly will recognize the team name. The Profs been on here a number of times for, I believe, both 2s and 3s, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they're only in the 3 circuit this time around, but the names are not too familiar, as they've all decided to go up with a slight change. We got Helen Keller, who I believe is Dolan, the newcomer for the Profs. The new subs starting to get into their first IGL circuit. No goals to start off that beginning, but we'll see how these teams feel each other out as time goes on. It is only the first minute of the circuit for all of these players, and we've also got Heritage's Milk, also known as Cubanic or Q, the captain for this team. And apparently Heritage's Milk, the name comes off of a place near near Q's school, a place called Heritage's that apparently has some fantastic milk, as Candle, the one player that we haven't talked about yet for the Profs, gets the scoring started. I do have Bacchus mod on, so you will get to see some interesting camera angles. We'll get to see it from the viewpoint of the players. Candle burying the first shot for Profs in the summer circuit of IGL. They take the 1-0 lead over the Sleepless Sloths. Let's talk a little bit about Candle, otherwise known as O-Cards, to those of you who may or may not recognize them. So the third player for this Profs side to undergo a name change during the off-season. They're rounding out the team tonight, as apparently the Profs' 4th player is on vacation or otherwise not able to show up tonight. So Avakdal is that 4th, and they won't be here tonight, it seems. But Sir Loserylick going to get it all tied up for us as we pass the 2-minute mark in this game. It's a great pass towards the infield from Griffin, and Sir Loserylick hitting it just under that bar with a powerful shot. One apiece between these two sides. Heritage's Milk going to win it on the kickoff, and that's going to be a great pass inside, but it's whipped by Helen Keller. Dolan almost had their first goal involvement of the circuit, and what a way it would have been to start this circuit and to start the game and series for them. Unfortunately, not able to latch on to the end of it, but they still do have a lot of time to feel things out. It could be that there's some competitive nerves getting in there, maybe some on-stream nerves even. Didn't seem like, or I really don't know how much competitive experience Helen Keller or Dolan has. So the nerves could be in there a little bit from both being on stream and being in a competitive environment. You know, private lobbies always very different than playing casual or even ranked matches. As Candle puts that one off the backboard, gets the light tap of a follow-up, but it's Helen Keller who's able to get in there, and they do get their first goal involvement in their first game for the IGL. Restoring the 1-goal lead with just over 2 minutes remaining on the clock is Profs in search of a follow-up goal to extend this lead out to 2. Heritage's Milk getting a pass inside. And Helen Keller patiently waiting to see what the orange team can do with the ball before intercepting, looking for a pass inside off the, or almost near the ceiling. So Loserylick can't get the clearance away. Candle, their shot put back in by Helen Keller. Candle trying to put it in. It's a shot from Milk that almost finds the back of the net, but it's blocked by Sir Loserylick as they put it high into the blue corner. Candle trying to gain some control, but bumped out of position by Griffin. Heritage's Milk thought about following that across the face of the net, but eventually gets out of the way, allows her teammates to come in. Milk does come off that sidewall and get a touch away, but Hayabusa going to be the one with the clearance into the blue half. Gonna be a demo from Helen Keller to take out the passing option for the orange team. It has certainly worked as the follow-up that did come out from the orange side a little bit too late to be super threatening, to really even scare the defender. Couple whiffs from Profs does allow the Sloths to get back into it, bring it back into the blue side. Not a great clearance from Profs just yet, as Sloths trying to put the pressure on. There's only 20 seconds left. The Sloths do need to put something on target here, but it is going to be Helen Keller, their second goal of this game. A brace to start off their first ever IGL circuit. And it looks like that brace is going to be the one to win and secure the game for Profs. Only 17 seconds left on the clock. Not a whole lot of time. Not impossible, but certainly unlikely at this stage. But it's been pretty back and forth between these two sides. I wouldn't be surprised, given how we've seen both these teams play in the first game, if the Sloths are able to take a game off. Some opportunities on both ends, and it's going to end in a demo on Milk by Griffin. But Profs taking game number one. Two of the players rocking the 201 tag. Heritage's Milk, the odd one out. But on the scoreboard, you can certainly see that Profs did have a significant majority of the opportunities. Sleepless Sloths did have some opportunities to break out. They're not able to put much or really anything on target. Only one shot to their name. Not a great offensive display, but certainly the defense tried to hang on there until the late stages. It did take a late goal from Profs to really secure the win for them. Oh no, Spork's on their team. It's GG. Dub. What's Spork's in-game name? That is a great question. I do not have the answer to that. But it's as good as time as any to talk about this Sleepless Sloths side. So we've got T. Griffin, Hayabusa, Speck, and Sir Lizardlick. I don't know. So it looks like Speck is the one missing out, and I don't know who Spork is, unfortunately. So if somebody in the chat could let us know who exactly is Spork, that would be amazing. And Marty MLG, thanks you for the follow. I apologize for missing that, but a little bit focused on the IGL game, but I do try to call out that stuff when it comes around. We'll make sure that we update the scoreboard for the Profs as they get it started early in game number 2. 10 seconds in, and that does make for a really bad viewing angle. There we go. Candle getting that pass inside to Heritage's Milk. A 1-goal lead for the Profs heading into game number 2. Not a great start if you're a Sloths fan, but still plenty of time to bring it back. Touch that Helen Keller was going after, beaten by an orange player. Oh, and a backflip from Lizardlick does mean that they can't go on the counter, and it might have been a good opportunity as the Profs did look a little bit out of position, maybe a bit of an overcommit there. The back pass from Keller to Candle. Milk trying to get the flick over Griffin, but it doesn't come off. And Keller going to boom it downfield. It might have the read off the backboard. They're going up for it. It looks good, but it's touched away by Hayabusa. Griffin has to come in as their teammate was getting blocked at the front post. And this is a really good start from the Profs. All of the possession, all of the pressure in this first minute. Sloths struggling to come out, let alone put together an offensive sequence to put a shot on target, as Candle's going to get one to the top left corner, and that's going to make it 2-0 for the Profs. Candle with a brilliant solo play. Touches it over one defender. The rotation from the orange team just a tad bit too late. But full credit to Candle for a beautiful shot on target. Finding that upper left corner. Difficult for any player to make a save when it goes to that position. But Profs right back on the offense as they're looking for a third to further extend this lead. Candle bumped away from their first touch, so Griffin's able to get a clearance away. Milk sending it right back the other way as Candle goes up for it, trying to get a redirect. It wasn't to be. They're like trying to make a play happen. Their teammate was in the vicinity, but turned away. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication there on what exactly that play was supposed to turn into. As Candle looks dangerous coming in to the orange box. Still a 2-goal scoreline, or a 2-0 scoreline, a 2-goal differential. I talked with Q a little bit before this game, but my point will have to wait as Alec Keller continues to get involved with the offense for Profs. Another solo play by them, putting it off the backboard and fast enough to recover and get the follow-up. See, we do have the Profs fourth checking in from Aruba. I hope you're enjoying your stay in the Caribbean. Very relaxing. I hope you're having a relaxing time there in Aruba, and you'll come back recharged and ready to compete in IGL once you're back in town. It would be cool if there was money involved, Prince Rain, but not any money involved for the IGL. Completely free to join, and if you win, you get no money, but you do get a nice shiny trophy for your trophy case on the website. When you click on your profile, you can see Tier 3 Division 14 IGL Summer 2021 champions, first place. Both of these teams going to be looking to have that trophy in their trophy case in 10 weeks' time. But the Profs are still the team with the better start, continuing to put a solid display here as Sleepless Sloths have a couple chances to get one in, and the net was open for a second there. But no Sloths player coming in to put a shot on target. The transition from defense to offense is certainly the offensive opportunity is a bit disjointed from this side. Like I was trying to say earlier, Q was, I guess worried would be a good way to put it. A little bit worried, a little bit skeptical maybe, about how this Sleepless Sloth side would play. He did notice the huge rank jump that I believe is it Hayabusa? I don't want to butcher the name. Hayabusa made between this past circuit, or between the spring and the summer circuits, but Candle putting in a fourth one as Profs continue to extend the lead and dominate the proceedings here in our first on-stream match for the Indie Gaming League. At least here on our stream, at least. No, there were tons of players and teams and casters who got started last night. As yesterday was the first day that teams were eligible to start playing. Meanwhile, I was practicing with my team because I'm competing in IGL as well. I got my fourth season in the IGL. I'm competing with Escape Velocity, Starquake specifically. Competing in Tier 2 Division 11, 12, something like that. It's a really high division because there's a lot of Tier 2 teams in US East. But US East 3v3s, and I'm excited to get started as much as everybody else is to play their first match. And I think that's going to be happening on Friday for me. But been grinding with the team, trying to figure out our play style and just continue to work things out. I've only been playing with them for a couple of weeks, and hopefully we can put in a good display this week and get the circuit started off on the right foot, as Profs certainly have gotten started off on the right foot. 4-0 win for them in game number 2 to set themselves up on match point. John with the huge redirect. Well, good thing we good thing we've just exposed one of the Profs players' real names. So thanks for that, Avoctal. Thanks, Trib. Yeah, you you believe in me when we're not playing 6-mans. Once you're against me in 6-mans, then it's different. but thank you for that. We got game number 3, a messed up kickoff from Milk. I don't know if it was a fake or something intentional or what it was. Maybe even a connection issue. I know one of the Profs players has been having some connection errors. I didn't see anything, at least. I said that they needed to reset anything. So it must be going just fine for them. But absolutely, Prince Rain, the Sloths going to need a lot of support here because they are on the back wall right now. Down 2-0 in a best-of-5 against the Profs that looks like that they're ready to dominate this division as much as they can. And despite the tier difference between some of these players, with Hayabusa being the only tier 3 player on this side, there's still belief within this team that they can compete. Last circuit they were competing in tier 5, and even then 2 of the players were tier 6 and tier 7. So these players not afraid to play above their rank, and certainly not afraid of a challenge. That is for sure. That is for certain with this Sloth side. So Lizardlick trying to pick up the ball there, but it does get away from them. Griffin with the light touch. Lizardlick up for it, trying to continue to pressure the orange net, which I haven't had a lot of this series. That first game saw a couple opportunities where they were able to get to the blue side and make some offensive plays kind of happen. No shots on target for them at that point, or one actually, to be exact. But that's really not a whole lot when it comes to Rocket League. As Heritage's Milk puts a great pass right onto the roof of Helen Keller, who slams it into the back of the orange net. Profs once again on top of proceedings here. 2 minutes in, and they found their first goal of game number 3. As they want to close this series out as quickly as possible. Hayabusa messed up that original jump there, but they're still able to get the touch away from their corner. A missed touch could allow Sleepless Sloths to come in, but Candle's still the first one there. Got the flip reset, and it's off the hood of the Sloths defender. Candle picking it up, goes for the flip reset, does get the touch, and yeah, that is so unfortunate from Hayabusa. Nothing they can do there, as they did not get up early enough. I'm not sure that they were convinced that Candle would get the flip reset, to be quite honest, and I didn't think they would get it either. It was a bit awkward. It can be difficult to get flip resets off of a ground to air dribble. But the flashiest goal that we've seen all series is the one that makes it a 2-goal game in game number 3 between the Profs and Sleepless Sloths as they continue in their search for a third one. And the Profs double committing there, high in the midfield. Both of them convinced that they could latch onto this one. The Heritage and Milk almost got the touch, but Helen Keller is there to finish it off. 3-0 to the Profs, as they are in a very fine position to take this entire series in sweeping fashion. Keller putting one off the back. Well, Lick does get the save for it, but it's not away from their side yet. Hayabusa out to midfield. It's passed back from Keller to Milk, who puts it on target. It's the bad touch from the Sloths defense. As yet another ball going off the hood of a Sloths car. And that extends the lead to 4 goals. Profs at this point not even going for the kickoffs. Getting possession right back after nobody challenging for it, and the Sloths just giving it right to them. It's not the first time that the Sloths have hit a kickoff directly towards towards the Profs. There was that kickoff where it looks like that there was a accidental missed jump or something from one of the players, but even on that occasion they weren't able to pick up possession right away from the Profs despite the messed up kickoff. What's up, Chaos? Glad to see you checking in from YouTube. Glad to know that Restream is working on YouTube chat. Sleepless Sloths do get on the scoreboard here. It might be a little bit too late, but 40 seconds left. It's not impossible for the Sloths to rally here, get 3 more goals, send this game possibly to overtime. It is a steep task to ask of them, but it's certainly not impossible. Candle going to pick this one and buy some time. Gets the ceiling reset. Helen Keller up on the ceiling as well. Candle trying to musty flick it over to Helen Keller, but not quite enough power on it. But still, the ball in the blue half. And Profs certainly know that they can put on all the pressure that they need to. Helen Keller gonna give them the Sleepless Sloths a consolation goal there. I don't know if maybe that was a gift to them, or maybe it was I think it might have actually been a bit unfortunate there, as the defender did try to pick up the ball, but it looks like they didn't quite get around enough as much as they wanted to. But nevertheless, Profs going to take this entire series in very convincing fashion. 3-0. This was probably the by a score line, I guess. Two goal difference, not too terrible for the Sleepless Sloths, but it wasn't a hugely convincing performance from them. But still plenty of time in the circuit for them to get back to the training ground, figure out some things with their play style, and certainly come back later and maybe gives Profs a bit more of a run for their money come playoff time. But GG's to both sides, absolutely. It's always a GG's, even if, as long as the other team shows up. We all hate those IGL matches where they're all ready to go and then a team doesn't show up and you can't play your match after all. But a solid effort from Sleepless Sloths. A bit, the Profs, a little bit too much for them on this occasion, but like we said, there's still a bit of time in the circuit for them to bring things back and find their grooves and gain some momentum. And it is only the first week, and top 16 make playoffs. It's certainly a very doable situation where you can make playoffs just by losing that first game. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, this might have been the bye week match as well. Oh no, it is the week 1 match, but both the teams do have bye week matches to play sometime throughout the circuit. So but GG's Q by Prince Dark Rain. Is great to have you in the chat. Hopefully you'll come back again soon and check out some more IGL matches, as we do have one more happening tonight. Let me see. Let me pull up my notes. Big Dreams and Thick White Girl is going to be happening at 11 p.m. Central. That's midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific, depending on where you live. And that's going to be a US West 2v2 matchup between two sides who like the Profs have some returners and some newcomers coming in to the circuit. So should be an interesting one. You missed a lot, Chaos. You came in right at the end of that series. A full sweep for the Profs. I think you came in sometime through through game 3. You seem to have a knack for doing that. You always seem to come in right at the end of series. Absolutely, Cards is just a beast. I talk highly of these Profs players because they've been on stream a handful of times, but they have put in some great performances when they've been on stream, and apparently they blame their round of 16 loss on me not being able to cast that match for them. So I apologize to the Profs, but hey, then make sure that they'll just have to be on my stream every week this circuit. Man, then they'll go 10-0 and they'll take home those gold first place trophies. So seems like a flawless plan. I don't see any issues with it. The Sloths might see a problem with that, but somebody's got to lose. And thank you, Tez Lol. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. I don't know how to pronounce that. Hi, Tesla? I don't know. Yeah, for sure, Cards. Hopefully I'll be able to get you all for future weeks, and be sure to keep an eye out for me on the Casterverse. And for any of you that are interested, !socials, and you'll be able to see, and in my Twitch profile you can see everywhere where I am, Twitter, Discord, post updates about when I'm casting and what my availability is going to be. And certainly you can reach out to me on Discord to try to set up matches. I try on the Casterverse, I put out the times where I for sure know that I'll be available, but if you DM me with time or even just do a special request, a lot of times I'm at least able to respond to those and tell you, okay, yeah, I definitely can't do this time, where I might be able to, but I need an extra day or two to figure it out. And thanks, Dolan. Hey, it was a great. How did you feel after that first series? Rather, it's your first time playing in IGL. Seemed like you had a good time. I'm playing some great Rocket League. Awesome. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm gonna play some music in the background. Trying to not make it too loud. Background music for now. That might be too. No, didn't seem like there's actually anything playing. That's probably good. But you're absolutely welcome for casting. It's my pleasure. I've been casting since February. So towards the end of the winter circuit, around playoff time. And then spring circuit was my first full one. And now heading into my second full one, trying to balance it with some other commitments that I've got. Next weekend of going, or I'm working an internship right now. I've got my team that I'm playing with. I've got a trip planned for next weekend, so that kind of knocks out a bit of casting. I'm also casting for Seasonal Shootout, which is a bunch of RLCS bubble teams that are playing through a league hosted by Veracity Esports. So KC Pioneers, Team EXE, Parabellum, Empire, a bunch of those teams all playing each other over the course of a couple weeks, and they've got, I believe, playoffs as well. So that's certainly a good time, and I've committed to that for a couple weekends. So excited to keep moving forward with that opportunity. And I'm currently working on my casting reel because I still don't have one after all my time casting. So definitely got to get to working on that. So very, very busy summer for me, but I'm excited to stay busy and have something to do and cast and play some great Rocket League. We do have quite a bit of time until our next match, not for another hour and a half. I'm gonna boot up KO City because I've been having a lot of fun playing that recently. A good old seasonal shootout, yeah, absolutely. Oh, you're a part of that? It's pretty cool. Yeah, I got asked to come in. Turn that down again. I got asked kind of last second to fill in. Was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago they had a shortage of casters, just a combination of people being sick or unavailable or other commitments and what have you. So I believe it was Mr. B Epic. Oh, excuse me. It was Mr. B Epic that reached out to me and said, "Hey, you want to cast some matches for the seasonal shootout?" At the time, I didn't even know what seasonal shootout was, but I was able to get 3 games in that weekend, and they asked me to come back for the rest of the season.